Blog Talk Radio.
Archangels, ghosts, and Bigfoot, oh my. It's just another night for Supernatural Girls. Real stories, real answers to life's biggest supernatural mysteries. And now for another exciting interview with paranormal experts from this world and others. Here's your host, paranormal researcher Patricia Baker, on the one, the only Supernatural Girls.
Welcome, everyone, to another exciting episode of Supernatural Girls Radio. I'm your host, Patricia Baker. I am here with my co-host, Patricia Kirkman, PK, who is roasting away in Tucson. How are you tonight?
I feel like I've been put on a spit, I'll tell you. Actually, as hot as it is, it's better than some of the past days have been. We've had up to 115. So 104, 105 doesn't sound so bad today.
Ooh, that's like you're cooling off. My God, but that is wicked heat. And you said it's humid. It's not dry heat.
It is, because this is our monsoon time. And the rains, we've had sprinkles. We've had a bit of rain here and there. And that's been about the extent of it at my house. But yet you can go across town and it's flooded. Crazy.
Oh, my God. That's craziness. Well, right off the bat, I am going to announce our call-in number so people can call in tonight with their questions. And that number is 563-999-3539. Again, it's 563-999-3539. Make sure that you press the right prompt. Lets us know that you're there and you have a question so we can get you on the air to talk to our incredible, miraculous guest tonight, Edd Edwards. He is amazing, is he not? My God.
Oh, he's fabulous. I was so excited when I found out Ed was coming back on tonight. It's almost worth going through this heat just so I can talk to him.
I know. Ed is the best. We love Ed, and we're thrilled he was free to come on to the show with us tonight. He is going to do 2 live demonstrations this evening. The first one will be right after we bring him on the air, after our numerology segment and our paranormal news segment. So get ready to experience this human catalyst for instantaneous healing. Now, I do want to say that this information is not intended or implied to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. All content is for general information purposes only, and Ed is not a physician. We are neither. So you are encouraged to review all the information regarding any medical condition or treatment you may have with your physician. But we are thrilled to have Ed with us tonight. If you have a question for Ed, just get on the queue list, and that number is 563-999-3539. So, PK, what's going on with numbers? What's happening to us?
I'd go ha, 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 but it's not funny. This month is actually, we went into retrograde on the 26th. We will be in retrograde in Mercury until the 19th of August. Anything to do with communication, electronics is subject to be crazy, absolutely crazy. So that being out there, be cautious, be careful of what you sign, double check everything, pay attention to the details of things. Know that if electronics break down during a retrograde, I always say put it on the shelf, let it sit there. When it's over, try it again. The odds are it may start working again. But this is just going to be a real bugger, because this month is a review of last year for everyone. Now, the universal part of this is it's all about being in charge, taking control, starting new beginnings. And, of course, it's hard to start something new when you've got the problems going on with the retrograde. But this is going to be the case. Health-wise, eyes, throat, ears, possible headaches, they seem to be top of the list. But that's for the universal part. We are still subject to our own personal year thing that we were in all of last year. So this month, a review where you were, take a look at what was happening, see what you can fix, how you can make it better, and go forward. Right now, as of today, it's all about teamwork, reducing the opportunity of things falling through the cracks. Pay attention, folks. You could save yourself a lot of misery. That's it for
good
today.
Advice.
Wow.
That's just today. Oh my God. Well, my phone found its demise during this retrograde, so it was a terrible experience.
Well,
so anyways,
from now on, don't say
nasty
things in your phone wanted to get cleaned.
Oh God. Well, anyways, luckily I have my new phone. It just has to be restored. I will then feel restored. I'll be happy to have it back. It was weird being without a phone for a few days. Very strange.
Well, and especially living out as far as you do, too, without a phone. Whoa, sorry.
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge. And I'll tell you what, word of advice to everybody out there during this Mercury retrograde, make sure all your electronics are backed up. Your phones, your computers, make sure it's all backed up. Luckily mine was. I thank God it was backed up so I can eventually restore it. But that's a word of caution to everybody. Make sure you have backups during this time. So also, if you want a reading with Patricia Kirkman, if you want to know what's coming up in the whole field of numerology, this is the lady you need to talk to. You can find her at patriciakirkman.com. You can also find her on the Supernatural Girls with a Z website. So don't hesitate to make that call or send PK an email and schedule something so that you can avoid the pitfalls that might be coming your way. It's a great way to find out what's coming up for the whole year.
Well, not only that, but don't forget that those dreams that we're having, you're the absolute pro at getting people into the dream state and finding out what's going on for them. And you're perfectly willing to do readings for these people. So they need to contact you for this additional information.
Well, thank you, PK. And it's an excellent time for dreams because the energy on the other planes is so busy. So it's a good time to pay attention to everything that's going on in the dream world. And it's a very powerful way to interact with your own unconscious mind and make yourselves more powerful and more conscious. So if you want to get a hold of me, I'm on the website, supernaturalgirls.com, or you can message me on our Supernatural Girls Facebook page. Feel free to contact either PK or myself there. So we've got some interesting paranormal news, as always, because we always post some great stories on the FB page, and so don't hesitate to go there, give us a like and a follow. You know, one of the things I recently posted came from Bob Luca, who is married to the beautiful Betty Andreasen Luca. And Betty and Bob both were the subject of the best-selling book, The Andreasen Affair, and their new book, The Lifting of the Veil, which is all about their UFO experiences, their abductions. But also, one of the things that was so important that Betty was told by the beings, and this was over 40 years ago now, more than that, the beings told her that the weather was going to be just like what we're seeing today. Very difficult to predict, very catastrophic storms coming up suddenly, life-threatening storms, life-taking storms, and all of that was in the knowledge that came to Betty through her abduction. And again, over 40 years ago, she was able to warn us about it today. That's on our Facebook page, and make sure you get their books. Their books are extraordinary, both of them. Highly recommend them to everybody. Also, there's a story on there by our buddy Nick Redfern, who we love so much, and he wrote an interesting story. It was kind of on the spooky side. Are we being supernaturally fed on? Well, that's not a pleasant thought. However, I remember Bob Monroe used to say this. We are all a part of the food chain. There's a great article from Nick about this, and he talks about, you know, if you wake up in the morning and you're exhausted from a bad nightmare that just didn't seem like any other nightmare or regular dream, then you may have been fed upon by these infernal things that have been visiting you in your sleep. So when we sleep, Nick is saying, we are at our most vulnerable. That's true. And that's exactly how they want us. A dream is not always a dream, as strange as that may sound, and sometimes it's an indication that as you sleep and as your guard is down, these voraciously hungry monsters are in essence eating you. Now that's kind of not a good thought, right? But I know Nick, you know Nick, and he's
I was going to say, how come we don't lose weight? I think that would be the only fair trade.
That's a great question.
We are entitled.
Yeah. They can take some of that fat out, right, if they want. But anyways, he talks about the shadow people. He talks about the men in black, the hat man. You know, all of these are entities which he says are possibly feeding on us. This is a very scary thought. So, you know, there are entities that even Carlos Castaneda talked about with his mentor, Don Juan Matus, that we were under attack all the time. And here's Nick saying basically the same thing, just coming from different areas. So my word of advice on this, make sure that you do your protection before you go to sleep. And make sure you're as conscious as possible, as lucid as you can be in your dream state, so that you can shoo these things away so they don't have unbridled access.
Good information. You know, we need to post something for people to, something to go into, maybe a prayer or something prior to sleep that will help alleviate the possibility of them being lunch or dinner.
I love that idea. You know what? Let's post that tomorrow for everybody. So everybody come back to the Facebook page. Idea. I love that idea. You're brilliant. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to, we'll be talking about what we want to say. And we're going to offer that prayer for everybody for total warding and protection while you sleep so that these things don't get a hold of us. How about it?
I think it's a good idea. We need help.
That's a great idea, PK. A great one. I love it. So tonight, I am so excited, and I know you are too, because we
got that right.
The Miracle Man, Edd Edwards. He is a human catalyst for instantaneous healing. Now, he grew up in rural northeast Georgia, where he found little resources to embrace the unusual abilities he had. Now, he became aware of his abilities at a young age, and he spent his childhood experimenting on his own with an awareness of an energy field he could sense and modulate. And then in the fall of 1994, Edd met Dr. William Levengood, who was the first scientist to quantitatively measure his capability to transfer energy beyond time and space at the Pinelandia Biophysical Laboratory in Grass Lake, Michigan. Now, Dr. Levengood believes that Edd has trained his autonomic nervous system to interact with the ever-shifting isomeric configurations called resonant energy. And these are ubiquitous in all living organisms. So by attuning this resonant energy with a client, Edd is able to shift the frequencies of their energy in a way that gives maximum benefit for healing. So this is an amazing ability that Edd has. He's been tested by other research laboratories and scientists, and we're going to hear all about the recent things they found about Edd and what he's able to do with these photons. It's incredible. And he's going to give us 2 live demos tonight. So fasten your seatbelts, everybody. It's going to be a great show. And Edd, welcome to Supernatural Girls Radio.
Hello there. Glad to be here. How y'all doing?
Welcome home,
doing
Edd.
Great. Yeah. Welcome back.
Yeah. I've had a lot happening, I guess, since I talked to y'all last.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got to catch up with you. It's been too long, and we're so thrilled that you're here to clue us in as to the latest research and what you've discovered as well, not just the researchers, but you, because I know that you've upped the ante on your power lately.
Yeah, it's according to, especially even from the scientists that study me, they see a steady curve going up on the amount of energy I'm generating and the expertise that I'm gaining. And I've got it so, I've got it so good now that if you're in person and you have a nervous system issue, like neuropathy in the feet, hands, stroke patients, dead limbs, paralyzed limbs, things like that, I can build up enough energy and run it backwards from the furthest point, like your toe tips or your fingertips, and run this energy back into your system. It causes the healing mechanisms on the far side of the damaged areas in people's nervous system. This is on the far side of their brains to start healing backwards toward where it belongs. And the neuropathy in 8 out of 10 people seems to be clearing up in about 4 minutes after I start applying the energy to their feet. I've had them go completely back to normal. And I've got stroke patients I'm working with that I can send the energy back through a paralyzed limb, and I'm starting to get them where they start feeling it and then start getting some type of movement, motor movements out of it. So it's just, I keep working with them and get things coming back to life. And it's phenomenal. What it is, the scientists say that since I've been just working on it, and then with their help, now, how long has it been since I was on your show last?
I think it's been about a year.
Okay.
A year, a little more.
Yeah, they hadn't released the preliminary reports they learned about me from UVA DOPS lab back then. They released it here a few months back, went public with it, and they learned that after doing the 2-year EEG studies on my brain and then comparing it to all the other EEG data from the 1970s to date throughout the medical system around there, everybody else's brain so far that they had been doing the EEG studies on is always operating in one state of consciousness, primarily like alpha. And then they did studies where they'd have people come in and meditate and stuff like that to get their frequencies to shift, like moving from alpha to beta or so, or back and forth. And they did studies like that. You know how you've heard about that. Well, they got freaked out when they got a hold of me, and they never would tell me anything till after the whole study was done. They wanted to see if they were getting the same results every time I came to the lab, which was about 13 different visits over a 2-year period for 3 to 5 days each trip. So I'd go for 3 to 5 days brain mapping, and that's them studying my brain and me playing with this energy, doing things with it and stuff. Well, when they released the report, they came out with a conclusion that my brain, and they theorized that because I was playing with it since a little kid, that my brain wired up to the point that my brain's operating from alpha to theta all the time. One part of my brain's in alpha, another part's in beta, another part's in theta, another part's in delta, and so forth. So every frequency and level is going on in my brain, and it's moving. It's not in one place. It moves around. They watching the flow of the movement. Okay?
Gosh.
And so my brain is not right-brained or left-brained like all of you. My brain is whole brain. Also, phenomenally, they found out, because everybody else they had listed was operating at about 8 to 12% electrical activity in the brain, my brain's flowing 94%. So 94% of my brain is got power flowing in it, and I can change the direction of the flow or the polarity and the intensity of it at will. So we're doing huge studies on that now. We're also doing studies where we're taking special people that have to be qualified to go through the lab, has to be part of the system. I don't know all the legal bumble. They just supply the people that have different nerve problems, and they're wiring them up with an EEG systems and all the other sensors on them, and wiring me up, and I'm applying the energy to them. So they're stacking the data coming out of me, what's coming out of my hands, what's going into these other people, and what's happening in their body's electrical systems, EEG systems, during the studies. So where I'm doing, 1 hour runs with each different patient. So I apply my energy when the computer tells me to, and they're seeing all the electrical changes that I'm causing to happen in the person's body in real time.
My goodness.
That's great. Isn't that great? Now, got a question for you.
Let me go just a little further.
Okay.
All these studies have got them so hopping there at the DOPS lab that they want to do a huge amount of studies on me, but the internal review board at the UVA Medical Center is slow about approving subjects. So the Monroe Institute is building me a lab on top of the mountain up there for Dr. Ross Dunsey, which will be head of, which will be starting big, full-blown studies on me in a lab on top of the mountain there, up overlooking the Monroe Institute, up on that way high mountain.
Fabulous.
So I went up to it. It's called a copper wall array. It's like the one at the Menninger Institute. So they done found out that I can increase the voltages on my body by tens of thousands of volts sometimes. So we're going to be doing high voltage experiments at the Monroe Institute on a very regular basis as soon as we get the lab built.
God, that's great. Well, you know that we're very close with the Monroe Institute, and certainly Scooter. I've known Scooter for, I don't even want to tell you how many years because I'll date myself, but Scooter and I have been close friends for a long time, and her husband, Joe, so I'm thrilled to know because the Monroe Institute really knows what they're doing, and it's great that you're going to be working with them. They're a top-notch organization. And we can't say enough good things about both Scooter and Joe and the Monroe Institute. It is the best of the best. So you couldn't be in a better place. That's great.
And I've got a famous documentary filmmaker doing a documentary on me and the research that UVA, the Ryan Research Center, and coming up to Monroe, and they will be filming me in all the labs.
Oh, great.
Fantastic. Now, you've got to let us know when that becomes available because we're going to let everybody know, all of our listeners know that it's available for them to watch. And so you got to let us know.
The trailer will be out, I think, next month. And it's What is Really the Truth is the name of it.
Well, make sure you send it to us. We'll post it everywhere.
Okay.
But here's my question. I got some questions for you, Ed, before you go into your first demonstration. Now, when you talk about how your brain is different, I mean, where PK and I, we might be in alpha or beta or theta, but you're in all simultaneously? Is that what you're saying they're finding?
Correct. They're finding every frequency from alpha to theta happening all at the same time, and it's moving. They find a pulse at one frequency on one side of my head. They find the complete opposite on the other side of my head.
Okay,
so there is a process going on.
Incredible. Yeah, that's pretty incredible. Here's another question for you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, 94% activity is huge. But so you have all of these states accessible to you at any one time. But let me ask you about your thought process. You know how most of us regular folks, we're always fighting the monkey mind that's running away with all these stupid thoughts. Do you have that, or do you have more of a coherent thought?
I have coherent. I design and engineer things. I'm all the time building advanced motor systems, electric gravity systems, survival systems,
so you don't have those
off-grid
stupid
systems.
Thoughts that we all have.
I'm running electricity. They found I got a generator in my head. I've got it cranked up. I can increase the amperage output, and it produces an electrical field shield around my body. That makes me impervious to Wi-Fi, to anything. I create my own Faraday cage around me.
Good grief!
Oh my God, Ed, you're amazing, man.
Our studies are getting extensive now.
I guess.
Okay. John Cruz from the Ryan Research Center went public about me last month. I've been in there doing a 5-year PK study with them. And we proved I'm doing PK.
What did they find you
energy I'm not moving anything. I'm producing measurable energy inside the photon multiplier tube in the bioenergy lab there, that with the shutter systems all closed, nobody else is around and doing it, but I can get in the lab, and when they tell me to, I can send energy into the system. Just like I do with somebody with neuropathy. I just send it into this photon multiplier tube, and it starts sparking on the inside, just like we've got the shutter open. I can do it from outside the chamber. I can focus on energy. That'll be part of my little demonstration here in a minute. I'll do what I do on that lab equipment on you and all the audience.
All right.
It goes worldwide.
Well,
I can sit here in Georgia through Skype and affect 48 sensors inside the Faraday cage at the University of Virginia Division of Perceptual Studies Lab.
that's
Dear
remarkable.
Lord. Incredible, Ed. My gosh.
Okay.
Does this wear you out when you're going through these things? How does it affect you?
Charges me up and gets me ready to go for something more.
Oh, wow. Great.
It cranks
Good for
me
us.
up. Mm-hmm.
Incredible.
So if everybody's ready,
Oh,
I'll
my
give you just
God.
a quick little demonstration, and
Yeah,
then we'll go on
let's
and
do
talk about it a little more.
a quick demo for everybody. Okay, we're going to follow your orders. What do we do?
Okay. I want everybody that can to stand up.
Okay, we're standing
Stand up. Have your feet fairly close together. Okay, now just for, so I don't give power suggestion, I ain't going to say no more for 30 seconds. Within that time, you tell me what you feel start happening to you. Here we go. Everybody in the audience will feel it also.
Well, here we go, and I'm already going back and forth, swaying with this energy. This is much stronger than before, Ed. Much.
Yes,
How about you, PK?
I've
What
gone
are you
up.
feeling?
Most definitely. Most definitely.
You're feeling it. Yep.
I feel like I
So
stepped off a merry-go-round.
Mm-hmm. And it's worldwide right now. I've got this stuff cranked way up, and everybody that's aware of me is feeling it. And it's kind of like we all standing in a swimming pool of plasma energy that's kind of the density of oil, and I have control of it. And I can push it one way, and it drags everybody that way. And I can push it the other way, and it drags everybody that way. So I'm going to pull everybody forwards. Here we go. This is a forward pull.
wow. Oh my God, is it ever?
Now I'm going to reverse the polarity and push.
My goodness.
Okay, I'm going to let off. Now, be ready. I'm going to pull you sideways, so I'm going to pull you to your right.
And here we go.
My goodness.
Okay, I'm going to let off. Now I'm going to pull you to your left to balance you.
There it is. Very powerful.
Okay, what's your fingertips feel like?
Tingling.
They're tingling.
Yep.
Woo-hoo.
Warming up any?
Yeah,
Okay,
just what I need here.
Oh, you didn't need that, did you? Sit back down.
Yeah, I do, though.
That's just a quickie little
fingertips are always
demonstration.
cold. That's amazing, Ed. Oh, my goodness me. And it feels good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pleasant
Oh, yeah.
experience.
It
of
tunes
this
you up and
energy.
charges your battery. It gets into your
does.
mitochondria. Mm-hmm.
And we need that because our mitochondria has been under assault by all these little bacteria, viruses that have been thrown at us, some of them weaponized.
So you got to crank your own juice up and get everything charged up, and then nothing messes with you. I'm setting up the Children's Foundation.
Oh, nice. That would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I noticed this time that was different from last time, I'm going to mention this. I felt an entire field, a dense light field around.
A dense electric plasma field around you.
I felt that this time. It was very, very strong. And this time it was very, very dense. So, yeah, you have amped it up, my man. You have really amped it up. It's very strong.
And it's funny,
I've
been working with all kinds of doctors all over the place, and I've run across a couple of them that were pretty kind of like on the religious side, and they were like, holy cow, and I was working on their patients with them standing right there and stuff. With you doing this, you prove the existence of Jesus. I said, he's doing the same thing I'm doing.
Yeah. Wow, Ed, this is incredible.
I'm just doing like Jesus said. I'm one of them guys that's doing better or greater things, I guess. I don't know. I've got a difference between what he had. He didn't have no scientists to work with all this instrumentation to help quantify it. I've got all kind of feedback coming back to me now. And I can sit there and watch my brain just do all kind of things and then cause it to do opposite things and then make it do thing and make it do that thing. I can turn on this equipment over here and I can turn that off over there.
I just want to find something that will make mine turn on, period.
And then I run that energy through people and it just blows the soot out of their operating system and they start feeling good. I don't heal nobody. I don't treat nobody. And I treat everybody exactly the same way, like you're just totally screwed up. You are. Because y'all haven't played with this energy your whole lives. The only difference between me and you is I played with my energy from birth to on up through adulthood, and that's what wired me up. I'm no different than anybody, other than I played with this from a kid on. I didn't
and we're going to hear more about this because we want to. We want to hear more about your early life, which is so fascinating, Ed. But for just a couple of minutes, we're going to take a break, and we were going to come right back. We're going to talk more about your early life and more about these experiments you've been participating in. And if people want to call in and ask Ed a question, the number to call is 563-999-3539. Again, that number is 563-999-3539. Stay tuned, everybody. We will be right back.
Are you ready for a new experience of freedom and powerful connection? Would you like a positive, effortless change in your life? Then come to CosmicFusion.com, where we offer the most advanced energy clearing and expansion techniques in the world, with a quantum vortex energy to activate your divine blueprint and life's purpose. When your soul leads the way with cosmic fusion and quantum vortex energy, you can break clear of past difficulties and blocks with the power of the source. With cosmic fusion, the source energy does the work for you. It's easy and effortless. Listen to our free meditation right from our Cosmic Fusion website, the Cosmic Code Meditation. Sign up for one of our interactive webinars today. Come to Cosmic Fusion, www.kosmicfusion.com, to experience an effortless awakening and transformation. Are you ready for an upgrade? Are you ready for a new experience of living in the fifth dimensional magic and powerful connection? Then visit CosmicFusion.com today. CosmicFusion.com.
Your property tax bill. Have you seen it lately? It's frightening. Your property taxes are going up while your home value is going down. It's time to fight back and win. For the real truth about the property tax system, get attorney Pat Quintilian's book, Are You Getting Screwed on Your Property Taxes? How to Find Out and How to Fix It. Attorney Quintilian answers all your questions and gives you the facts you need to fight a property tax bill that is spiraling out of control. You'll also read about what happens to property owners who don't check their property records, only to find out too late they're taxed on square footage, fixtures, and even buildings that they don't own. Is this happening to you? Learn your rights. Buy attorney Pat Quintilian's book today. Are You Getting Screwed on Your Property Taxes? How to Find Out and How to Fix It. Available on Amazon.com.
Astridian is a family of cosmetic products with 98% pure ionized minerals. We combine our science with a blend of essential oils to nourish and take care of your skin's health. How does it work? All Astridian products contain the proprietary redox technology, having the capability of simulating an ionic zinc-copper superoxide dismutase effect. This free radical scavenger currently in your body has been diminished by toxins and the daily stresses of life. It is a perfectly balanced mineral complex that all $200 an hour dermatologists, their professors, and ancient history have proven. Redox technology is a process of reducing the skin's oxidation by transferring electrons from a radical state to a stress-free normal condition. Oxidative stress is a form of cellular aging, and as science has proven, a precursor to disease. The free radical theory of aging states that organisms age because cells accumulate free radical damage over time. Damaged cells are not beautiful, but healthy cells are. The Astridian family is presented in 4 different uses that cover unique benefits to your body. They are the Essential Anti-Aging Series, the Multivitamin Series, Sports Series, and Professional Series. Regain your youth with the power of Astridian. Visit www.astridian.com and inquire. Use the code SUPERNATURAL and receive a 10% discount on your first purchase. Astridian, the beauty of being healthy.
Welcome back, everyone, to Supernatural Girls Radio. I'm your host, Patricia Baker. I'm here with my co-host, PK, and our amazing guest tonight, and I do mean amazing, the miraculous Edd Edwards is with us. You can find Edd's website at Edd, spelled E-D-D, Edwards.com. And make sure that you sign up on that website so that you can be alerted to everything Edd's doing and possibly participate with some of these research projects that he's involved with. So, Edd, tell us a little bit about your early life, because you had a kind of a fun time with this energy once you figured out you could do things with it, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and then I was very, very, very mischievous brat kid. And I had two good buddies that were just put me up to anything because they knew I could do things that none of the other kids could do, and it was all the time. That's how I learned how to do things. Them said, "Here, make her do this, make her do that, make him go there, make him fall, do things." So we'd sit in the back of the classroom, and I'd run energy up and mess with the kids in the front of the row, or mess with the teacher. I got, when I stood you up there and I made you go to the left and go to the right, I can do that to the teacher and the preacher. In church, So I learned how to project energy, I guess. I didn't know what it was when I was a kid. Now, only thing I knew when I was on up in, third, fourth grade on up, that my grandmother did hands-on healing also. She did a very, religious form of it where she would run the energy all through people, but she read a lot of scripture and stuff, but they would feel better and stuff. But she kept, validating that I had it in me. And now that I've done my history check on everything, we knew Grandma had just a small percentage of Cherokee in her. And I got to doing a little bit of digging into my ancestry, and we come from a special clan in the Cherokee clan. And I found in the 1800 writings of them writing about this special clan called the Katua. Yeah. And they migrated here to my county, right here to Bryson City, North Carolina was the seat of it. There were 7 cities of Katua, and right here in my county was one of them. And these were a special clan of Indians that come from an island in the South Atlantic, light-skinned Indians, and they all had these powers like I've got. They all did these things. They wrote about it in the 1800s writings.
Oh, my God.
Forces of nature and do things and mystical powers around people, and they were a clan inside the Cherokee. So the Cherokee kind of formed around them. And in the writings, they came to the mountains here in 400 A.D. So they've been around up here since 400 A.D. up until the 1800s when they started the Trail of Tears, which was also kind of started right here in my county in this neck of the woods where the main Cherokees were at. And so the Trail of Tears, and that was the idea, was to drive this band of Indians out of here that contained these powers.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
See that? Isn't that awful? My goodness.
3 of them hid out. 3 of them were able to hide out in the Smoky Mountains and North Carolina mountains, Bryson City, North Carolina, and that's where my grandparents come from. And
wow.
And then
so
that's
this is in your genetics.
It's in my genetics, but it's teachable. I've been teaching this now. I've got classes set up with Evolver Labs out of New York City. I do stuff with the Alchemist Kitchen, and then now the film maker Maxie Cohen, Maxie Vision, is doing a documentary. It's going to be all about my childhood, growing up with this energy, and up to being filmed there at the universities with them doing studies. They were already interviewing all the scientists and stuff.
My goodness.
They've been filming me all over. They're going to come down to Georgia and film it in about 3 weeks. I've got to be in New York City next week. Mm-hmm.
You're all over the place.
Definitely a traveling man.
Yeah. Now, you don't call yourself a healer. You said this, right?
No.
You say that you help other
I'm not a
people
healer.
activate to heal themselves. So tell us more about that.
Yeah. Okay. The healing systems that will cause any healing in anybody is built in them. The only person that can be called a healer is God or Source himself, no other. That is the Creator. That is the only soul of energy that can do any form of healing. When I run my energy up and I send it at you and aim and lock it into you, I blow the soot out of your nervous system. Soot that has accumulated your whole life because you got what I'm doing beat out of you when you was a little kid. So you've been stagnated energy your whole life. That's why you've got medical problems. That's why you get diseases. That's why you got all these different problems in your bodies. There's because you turned off your natural systems. It got beat out of you when you was a little kid. And so it stuck you in one level of consciousness, like alpha in the wake state. So you've been riding the whole life on known as right-brained or left-brained, not whole-brained like me. I was running electricity through my brain and modulating that electricity and changing the polarity of that electricity ever since I was 3 years old and kept doing it my whole life. And so that's what caused me to be the way I am now and for me to be able to do what I'm doing. But everybody else had this beat out of them.
I agree.
So
I think that that's absolutely true.
Mm-hmm.
But
so
I also think that genetically, but also,
genetically, I've got some boosts.
Yeah, you definitely have some genetic gifts there. Let me put it that way. And not that we all couldn't learn something from you, but still, you have a powerful genetic gift that you've been able to master with the things that you did from your childhood on up. But when you go to work on the energy that somebody has, like you say, blow the soot out of their circuits, do they also then, are they measured as having a similar brainwave pattern to you? Are they measuring that and seeing if your mind is syncing with them?
We haven't got that far in the studies yet, but we can see improved cognitive responses. Now I've got to work with several autistic kids under monitoring. And when I get in there and run my energy in there to them and everything, I kind of bring them out of the closet a little bit. And these other doctors and counselors then monitor them after the fact. So they'll watch them for months after I work on them.
And what do they find?
Coming out of the closet, waking up, more cognitive. I've even pulled a few out of
fabulous.
Yeah, isn't that great? Isn't that great?
So important. My goodness.
And then I'm working on people that's had brain tumors where they're kind of clogged up and foggy brain. And 2 minutes after I run the juice through them, it clears the fog up.
Now, do you find you get the same results in person that you get just over the airwaves? Like if somebody you do this for somebody over the phone or on Skype? I mean, is there any difference?
Some things I need to be, I believe, hands-on works better, but I've got people on the other side of the planet that will never, ever be able to get to me or me to them, and the results I'm getting is phenomenal. But remember, I'm not healing them. All I'm doing is sending blasts of energy that's kicking their systems online and make them start working for a change and flip a few switches in their brain that should have been turned on when they was a kid or kept on. I turn everything on and get the systems up to running at maximum efficiency, and all of a sudden your healing systems go to work, and next thing you know, you feel better. You blame me. You accuse me of being a healer, but I didn't do a dang thing but shock you real good.
Incredible.
Okay, they measure this energy coming out of our nervous systems. They measure it in microamps. The average person running around has 5,000 to 15,000 microamps operating their heart, organs, body, and things. These are measurable energies. These are from many years of studies. Okay, I can get in there because I can operate the generator in my head and control this energy I can crank this up to, well, first time was 440,000 in 1994, and working with the scientists in the labs, I can now do over 2 million.
Oh
and
my
that's
gosh.
measurable, generated energy. That's what I'm pushing y'all around with. I can generate so much energy in my brain that I can transmit an electrical field signal worldwide. Okay, yeah, I got some shit in my genetics. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but these scientists are trying to figure it out. But
they find out they're going to bobble it. Look out.
Well, everybody's got it built into them. You know, it's what and who we are. Man is the only creature that refuses to be what he really is. You know?
Yeah. Well, you're right. You know, we have been trained out of it, and it's very unfortunate. But then we thank God for people like you to come in to remind us that we are capable of doing so much more. So that's terrific, Ed. This is terrific. Tell us about some of your most amazing cases where people have experienced healing themselves by being exposed to your photon energy.
It's wild to get a hold of the people with neuropathy because you have near instant results. Like within 5 minutes, I have their whole feet will come back to life where they're not having to look down to see where they're at, and they can feel them and walk and stuff. Or those that are burning real bad, I can make that pain go away. And then you can look on my YouTube site. I've got stroke patients that have like paralyzed limbs. And you can see me. I can't shine on their face, but I can show them shooting my energy into their fingers, and their fingers start flopping and wiggling and all kinds of stuff that are paralyzed. And then I can reach up to their head, send a signal into their brain that causes it to seem like to connect in, and they start getting feel and sensation.
Now, this is electrical energy, right? Electrical.
Yes.
And it's photon energy. So
photon,
if the scientists
charged density plasma. Go ahead.
If the scientists can crack the code on this, they could actually do the same kind of thing you can do, but they can do it with technology. Yes?
They've been trying for years. They got all kind of little contraptions that they use to try to mimic things I do. And they got little contraptions out there. But I just don't understand. Why don't you just teach people how to do it instead of trying to invent something? You know, everybody's got the system built into their bodies. It's just a matter of training. You have to do a few control features of your brain. And you can sit around like meditating and do things.
It's pretty dormant, wouldn't you say, in most of us? It's just lying there, not doing anything, because we haven't been allowed to do it. To play with the energy like you do.
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. I'm going to wake you up.
Well, you are waking us up, Ed. That is for sure. It's pretty powerful stuff.
Positive.
My friends in New York City are helping me. They're helping me put together a children's foundation, a worldwide children's foundation, and I'm working with a delegate at the United Nations. I can't say who or whatever, but I get to go hang out a little around in there. But I'm working with them to set up a worldwide children's thing.
That's
that would be marvelous. Just
I've already been working with them in India. I've been working with children in India and groups over there that's had bad things, and
there's a lot of challenges.
And the energy works good.
Yeah.
And all I had to do was have a translator. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we've got a couple of phone calls. I don't know if they're just listening to the show or they have questions, so I'm going to ask them if they've got a question for you. We've got somebody in the 804 area code, so let me bring them on the air. And hi, you are live on the air. Do you have a question for Edd Edwards tonight?
Well, I could have a question for him. I'm involved. Well, I just realized how electrical I am, right? And I've been messing with direct current batteries, right? And I don't shoot no more than 1.5 voltage. You know, I don't use a lot of voltage. I use 1.5 voltage. And maybe you could help me with what if I'm doing right or what if I'm doing wrong when I'm connecting myself to battery, DC battery.
I wouldn't advise doing that. You hit the wrong voltage right there, and we'll be parking you 6 feet under.
Uh-oh.
It's not DC. The batteries is not the same kind of electricity that's running through your body. Two different things.
So, what would you recommend for this gentleman?
Living energy is separate than like just a DC voltage. Living energy is different. I mean, all I know is that's what the scientists just kept blasting was this is not like regular voltage electricity. It acts and behaves like it, but it's not the same. We can't plug batteries into our bodies and run it up. We have to run that energy up in the living form. That's like I say, I'm teaching classes now, and I've got some cheap, simple classes that we're doing online where I teach people how to start the generator in your head. And then you have to pulsate the energy at 1.618 hertz back and forth in your head. That converts to 98 beats per minute. It's a matter of moving energy back and forth in there, and you'll start producing this living life force energy. And that will charge your batteries up in your body. That'll charge the mitochondria up in the bodies. But the generating system is built into your head. No outside source needed. I hope that helps. You got everything built in you. It's just a matter of flipping on the switches and getting that thing running.
All right, now if I take my hands, if I take both of my hands and sandwich my my head, what would I be doing then? If I take if I take my hand and sandwich my head,
if nothing's going to happen if you don't have the generator running. If you have the generator running, then you can feel a force of energy coming out of your hands that you literally can massage the inside of your brain with without touching yourself.
Okay, what would this generator be?
The generator's built into your head. It's in the back behind your ears, and I teach a process on how to get it started.
So that might be something for this gentleman to do.
Yeah,
go to your website.
It's hard to go into. I've got it online there through the Evolver Labs. You can find the link on my webpage there. And it's for teaching. It's under $100, less than $100 to take a course on learning how to start your generator.
Great answer, Ed. Well, thank you so much for your question. And go to eddedwards.com. That's eddedwards.com. And see if you are interested in signing up for that class to learn how to do that. And thanks again for your call tonight.
Thank you.
Ed, I have a question for you. A person that has had a stroke and they're unable to move, say, their left arm and parts of the left side. They're totally astute. Their speech is coming back, but they're still unable to work with this. Would working with you help them bring this back?
Probably a 15-minute session over the telephone would do miracles.
Okay, I've got somebody.
I don't make no promises.
No, I know you don't.
I'm having great success, and almost everybody I work with, that's just it got to be just a tiny. Well, they don't even have to be open-minded anymore. I can crank so much juice up. If you're aware that I'm doing something, I can make you grin funny.
Because I've talked to this gentleman, and because of situations today where health care costs, etc., they're unable to get people to come in and work with him to help stimulate that part of the body. So as we're talking, I'm like, oh my God, he should call you.
Yeah, just need a speakerphone, and he can speak. And I did the demonstration. He can go back and listen to your radio show here, and go back and listen to the recording. Because when I do these things, unlike anybody else with radio show things, I embed this energy into a system called the quantum universe that a special signal is coming out of my voice that I've learned about a long time ago that is being recorded into your radio show recording. And anybody listens to it in the future, this signal that's embedded in my voice triggers their brains to open the right doorway into the quantum universe to receive the energy that I'm implanting in there right now.
Amazing.
That's great. So
that is
total
so super.
Transcendence of time and space. Yeah, that's great.
Totally.
Now,
totally.
And is this energy that flows through you, would you liken it to Kundalini energy, or is it something else?
Well, it has. I can mess with the Kundalini with it, so it's in the same area of it, but it's like thousands of times more amperage.
Mhm. Okay.
It's like the same energy. Okay, Dr. Levengood, do you remember him, the crop circle researcher? He's the one that started the studies on me in 1994. And he measured a lot of Kundalini people, a lot of Reiki people, a lot of this and that. And he determined different levels of energy in different people. Basic people, non-knowingly, that don't know anything about it, 5 to 15,000. Reiki people, hands-on therapeutic touch, people that's meditating and working things are 20, 28,000, maybe 30,000. This is just taking an average of about 300 people. Then he got lucky and got a hold of a Qigong master, Tai Chi master, an old Chinaman that had been doing it his whole life. He was in his 60s, and he pumped out at 98,000 microamps. And that was the most he had seen until I come along. And when I nailed his system the first time, it was 440,000 microamps. And we got videos on my YouTube channel of that very first time there, and you can see it. And that calculated out to 440,000 microamps of energy that I was producing that I had learned how to do as a child on up. And then when that impressed him so much and I started working with him, being that I got the feedback from him and then the Ryan Research Center and now the University of Virginia, all these big physicists and doctors getting that instant feedback, I've developed and took my skill and just modified it like crazy. So then I can teach that now.
Yeah, and so people can take a class from you online and learn how to do this for themselves. So I think that would be great. So again, your website is Edd with 2 D's, EDD, Edwards.com. So everybody, you can go there and sign up. Now also, you offer private sessions. And people can do this over the phone with you or Skype, I would imagine. And it's a great thing. And then you accept donations for the private sessions. Is that how you do it?
Yes. On the bottom of my page, on each of my web pages, I've got a donation button there, just some suggestive amounts. And I do like a 15 to a 30-minute session in there. And then you send in donation, it flags me, make sure you put your phone number in it and stuff, how to contact you, and then I'll make contact in the order it comes in and just keep trying till I get you, and then have speakerphone ready and stuff, and I'll call you up and we'll do kind of like the radio show here, except to be more personalized, and I'll focus right on in on you and just light you up like a Christmas turkey, and you start feeling better.
Sounds great. Now you also,
like I say, I don't have to learn how to do a whole bunch of different things. I do the same thing to everybody. I'm not healing you. I'm not treating you. I'm not diagnosing nothing in you. I'm just tuning up everything that's in you, and then you do all of it.
Now you also work with animals, right?
Yes, they're living forms.
So people have
life forms.
Pets that want and need some help?
A lot of times when I do phone sessions on people, they go, oh, my cat just jumped up in my lap. My dog's just right beside me. He never come over here. Animals pick up on it. When I get focused onto a human, their animals pick up on it, and they'll come to them.
Well, that makes sense. They certainly know the energy.
Yeah.
So you've worked on horses and dogs and cats and anything else? Any exotic animals?
No, that's about it. That's about it.
Okay. Well, this is so exciting. I mean, I love what you're doing, and it's so heartfelt. And again, we've known you for years, Edd, and I'm thrilled that people in the research labs are still studying you, and they're bringing it to the next level, so that they're really trying to understand what it is you're doing. But at the same time, as we talked about earlier, your power is rising exponentially. I mean, PK and I could feel it when you did that mini demonstration. I mean, your power has increased tremendously since just last year when we talked to you.
Definitely.
It's about 4 times higher than it was a year and a half ago.
And the researchers are able to actually measure this, and that's what's so cool. So all the skeptics out there, and I know, we don't have skeptics in our audience, so I can say that our audience is fully supportive of everything that we talk about. But for the skeptics, they don't have anything to say when they see that this is actually measurable and provable in a lab research situation. So it's great that you've hooked up with these people and they've recognized that you are someone special, that you do have this incredible ability with resonant energy. And we're all the benefit of it. You're all the benefit of it. So I know, PK, you and I have had private sessions with Ed.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't know you had classes. I'm going to have to sign up for one of your classes.
Well, we've had some of our clients in the past have called Ed and have had wonderful results from him. So it's always heartwarming to know when we can suggest somebody to Ed that they walk away going, oh, my God, I can't believe what has just happened to me. It's wonderful.
Yeah,
That's
and they're
best.
feeling so much better. Now, here's another question for you, Ed, because a lot of people in our audience they don't have a health problem necessarily, but they're interested in expanding their own consciousness, being able to reach higher levels of consciousness. Now, can you do sessions with people on that?
Well, some buddies of mine from Florida and stuff working in women, we're going to be setting up everybody does have one problem in common, getting older. So we're going to set up a thing of anti-aging. Because we've found that my aging processes are only running about 1/3 what all of you doing. You're all aging 3 times faster than I am.
No
well,
fair.
you devil you. That you have to share with us.
Well, we're working with a couple of friends.
I don't have a lot of time to get this caught up.
We're both signing up.
So I'm working with some friends. We're going to set up a society thing where we have specialized research in exact foods and algae and things like that we should be eating mixed in with our diet. Straighten the diet out and everything, and then me with my energy of teaching of the classes, so you get your brains functioning where it's supposed to be, up in the 90% instead of 8 to 12%. You get it up there in the 90%, and then you're doing something, and eat right and everything, and you should. I believe we can go 600-700 years. I'm getting things where it's like stuff is regenerating in me. I turned 60 this past week, and I hang out with 30-year-olds. Most people think I'm 35, 40 years old. Yeah.
Well, what do you do to someone you're way up there already? I mean, if let's put it this way. If, as I say, long in the tooth, at this point in time, how do you go about adding to that?
Rejuvenating.
Adding what? Rejuvenate?
How do you rejuvenate?
Well, I keep this energy flowing in me. This generator that I got going in my head that I'm trying to teach y'all how to crank up and start using, it puts the life force energy into my system so that it does not have to use my regular battery life force energy, which is draining. Y'all draining your life force energy, so you're getting old. You ain't got enough juice to rejuvenate. I'm running a generator in my head, and I've got systems running.
Well, Ed, I tried the aging thing, and I really didn't like it. So I think it's time to get that generator going.
Take my basic class on there online. It's on the Evolver Learning Labs. I had to get some help doing that stuff. I couldn't run it all by myself, so I joined forces with the Alchemist Kitchen, the Evolver Learning Labs in New York City, and they're helping me do everything online. And it's the Evolver Labs, and you can find information on my website, and you can just take it. And my basic class is, I think, under $100, something like $90, and it's 3 different videos there that you can go online and watch online, and they go into the different steps of getting the generator started. Once you get everything up and running, then I'm going to be working a clubhouse and a extended teaching classes through my Zoom and stuff. That way people that go into practitioner type stuff with it can have an extended, because learning this is not Reiki. You're not going to come pay me $300 and I'm going to ring a little bell and just make you a master tomorrow. Okay? You got to work for what I do. And so if you want to learn to do this, you got to work at it. Yeah, it works. Okay. I mean, I've got universities studying me. They look at Reiki and they ain't found nothing in Reiki. They want to study it. But boy, when I walk in that labs, I freak them out.
Sure you do. You know? Goodness me.
Oh, I do. And I mean, I light them up.
I bet. Now, people can watch these videos of you actually being studied. It's all on your website. It's on your YouTube channel. So we want to urge people to go there and take a look at this stuff. It's truly incredible. And these researchers are top-notch. They are great researchers in this field. They're the real deal, as Ed is the real deal. So we're very, very lucky to be able to have this information and know that it's backed up by science. That it's not any tra-la-la. This is based on real science. And what you're doing, Ed, I think last time you were here, is that you moving around? Who is moving around? Stop it.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was me.
Okay, knock it off.
Got me off that time, Ed.
Last time you were on the show, you were talking about affecting the Earth's energy, and they were able to measure you doing that. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, I was just affecting sisters that they were already studying, electric magnetic fields of the planet. And when I would focus on it, they could see deviations in it. And it's also with the random number generators. They have random number generators all over the planet, and they're normally running along just spitting out random numbers. But when I do my experiments with them and I focus in on them, I can hold it into one string of ones or one string of O's. And that's causing worldwide effects. Say again?
Yeah, well, it's a very powerful effect to be able to approach the energy of the Earth and make a difference in it. So that's incredible. Now, here's a question for you from the audience. Are you an ET?
I don't know. I make a joke about it a little bit. I was flying across the galaxy and I kind of upset the captain on our ship there, so he swung down here in Georgia and threw me off in a patch of hillbillies, and so I've been raised as a hillbilly alien.
Oh, you're the alien. That's funny. That's funny. Well, you are so advanced in what you're able to do. I mean, it's a fair question given what the little we know about extraterrestrials. Have you ever had a UFO experience? I think I asked you this before, but I want to hear the answer.
I had something when I was about 4 years old. I'm not sure. I don't have anything that can back it up. I mean, I had one experience, and then I also remember seeing something up in the sky when I was somewhere around that age that I can remember just as clear as day seeing it, and I've never seen anything like it since.
Okay.
So I don't, but now I am able to, I'm trying to get up, I've got Ross and them working on getting me a connection to like SETI, because we determined back when I was doing stuff with ELFRAD that I could project signals out in space that they were able to detect using the ELFRAD sensor equipment, and we started seeing signals from deep space like coming back at us 7 minutes after I would send a signal. And since
my goodness.
my frequency, since the frequency of the energy that I'm transmitting is around always under 3 hertz, anywhere from about 1.618 is about the center, from about 1 to 3 hertz in that range there, and that's all the human life force ever runs on. And that signal being that low, it has a wavelength of 1,486 miles. So every time it cycles, it jumps that much distance. So it goes through anything. we've done 3 years of studies at the Ryan Research Bioenergy Biophoton Lab, and they've been trying to shield the photon multiplier tube from me being able to affect it. And everything they put in front of it so far, I've been able to blast right through it, and the detectors go off when I shoot it with it out of my hands.
Oh, my God. No wonder they're so fascinated with you. Now, what's next in research? What are they going to be doing with you next?
Well, that'll be the new project at the Monroe Institute and the Copper Wall Array. You can see one little video that I was at the DOPS lab where I was just sitting there waiting on them to get the chamber ready, and they had this electric field sensor. And I was just sitting on a stool, and I could sit there and vibrate my generator up my head and increased it up to like 15,000 volts coming out of my fingertips.
My God.
So they're looking, and then they bought. So I freaked them out so good with a preliminary study that the UVA Medical Board then purchased or gave them like $3.5 million to buy more equipment to do a more advanced study. So they've signed me into a 6-year study there. But we'll do them and work at the Monroe Institute on each trip. So we'll do joint studies and stuff.
Gosh, you are going to be a busy man doing all of these things. Wow.
It's fun.
Now, is there any...
I can let y'all...
Is there...
They can study me growing young.
Sure, rub it in,
Ed.
Go ahead, rub it in.
Yeah. We're going to sit at your feet so we learn this. Now, also, Ed, is there anything that the researchers found that you were surprised to hear?
Well, I knew stuff when my brain was different, but when they said that it's operating on all them frequencies, they wouldn't tell me. They wouldn't tell me what was going on for 2 years. And then they finally went public about it and stuff, and how my brain's operating differently. That was the most interesting. And then how I'm using 94% as opposed to 8 to 12 like everybody else.
So that was most surprising. And it's most surprising to us also, because I've never heard of anybody being able to sync all of those wavelengths at one time. That is so very unusual.
They're playing in my head like a musical chord, like a harmonics.
So you actually hear that as like a musical symphony?
Kinda. I mean, they were able to convert signals that I was transmitting hundreds of miles into a sound.
Oh, my goodness.
And it's weird sounding, going like that. We affected the equipment.
Oh, my goodness. Well, now, are you ready to do another demo with us?
I'm ready, and if anybody got aches and pains out there, pay close attention to them.
Okay.
I'll go ahead.
Okay.
I wanted to do the first one a while ago. That got everybody kind of locked in. So now this second one should be even twice stronger or more. So anybody hurting or got pains, arthritis, any of those effects out there, just be aware of them while we do this. So stand up, pull your feet close together, and I'll let y'all be the feedback. I'm going to be quiet. You tell me what you feel. Here we go.
Okay, here we go. Well, PK, what are you feeling? I'm feeling the swaying starting right away.
Yep. Felt being pulled back.
Yes, it's very strong. Now, I also see that big egg energy field around us. That is very dense, very strong. And it's nice. It's like a cocoon.
Yes.
Almost
and now I'm going to
like
crank it up.
Bit of a merry-go-round.
It's like an electrical cocoon effect all around your body. So I'll crank the amperage up now. You'll feel it warm your body.
Yes, I'm feeling it. It is warming everything.
And it will loosen every muscle inside you. So you'll get total relaxation, which will decrease the amount of pressure on the cardiovascular system.
Yes, we can feel that. Again, it's very strong, and it is whole body.
Whole body is electric tingly.
Yep. The hands
crank it up
stand out in this.
Yeah.
More?
Yeah, the hands stand out.
Back of
crank
my
it on
legs
up. It's going to get hotter.
All right. I'm feeling it. How about you, PK?
Just what I need in Tucson.
But this is a different kind of heat.
It'll make that 105 feel like air conditioning when we get done.
That's right. It does. It does. I'm standing here, and all of a sudden I'm starting to sweat around my hair. And I'm going, okay, Ed.
Yeah, it'll make you sweat around the hairline.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is
like
extremely...
If anybody's got aches and pains, they're feeling better. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep, and the hands are...
I was going to say, if I recall correctly, Ed, when you did this in the past, you said whenever we would listen to this again, it would give us the same effect. It would help us with the healing process.
Yeah. Yeah, when you go back, just listen to it again a little while, or next week or next year, whatever, you'll get the same effects out of it.
Yeah,
I just
amazing.
like doing stuff in Master Fist, can't explain.
Yeah.
It's almost like getting a little seasick right now, moving around like I am.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you also getting warmer as you do this, Ed?
If I have long hair, my head will get warm, so I have to kind of keep my hair thinned out and short.
Okay. So that you don't have to.
I don't get warm through my body, but my brain does warm up a little bit, and I go to yawning a little bit, which is a natural cooling of the brain.
Oh. Okay, and I would imagine, because I was yawning and I was wondering why, so that's a part of this whole process.
Yeah, because when I run and increase your body temperature, it'll cause you to yawn, but you really won't be that sleepy. You might feel a little sleepy at the moment of the yawn, but you're not.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't feel sleepy.
Yawning helps the brain to cool.
I'll be darned.
Well, this is some strong stuff you're doing.
Yes, it is. Definitely. It's giving a tingling feeling all over as it feels like it's getting stronger, but then there's that tingling on the outside. It's almost like it's wrapping up or wrapping you up.
Yeah, it encompasses the whole body. Everybody that's aware of it gets this static cocoon effect around them.
Yeah, and I can see it. I can feel it. It's quite remarkable. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I did not experience that last time. So, again, things have changed for you.
Yeah, it's getting stronger. Everybody I've worked with for many years all reporting it's getting much stronger.
Definitely. Definitely. This is quite amazing. Well, I'm still going back and forth, and now I'm really heating up.
And if we did it 20 more minutes, I'd have you just steaming. But it's not necessary. I have found that I can relieve some of the worst, most intense pain in people in about 5 minutes.
Oh my goodness!
And then most of them don't need more than 7 minutes.
Wow!
When I work on
animals,
they love it. When I work on animals, they love it for 2 to 3 minutes, and then all of a sudden they'll get away from me.
So that's all they need.
Yeah.
That's all they need.
Wow. Yeah, I am quite warm.
Yeah.
And it's not warm here. It's been like cool, cold, kind of rainy, and I'm down in an area that's underground right now, and it's chilly. So, but I'm not chilly. I'm warm, really warm.
Yeah, and y'all sleep good. Everybody that's taking part of this will sleep really good tonight.
Oh, all right.
God, I'm looking forward to that one.
Yes. This is amazing, Ed. I know our audience, I'm seeing all these texts from people that are participating in this tonight, and they're all saying how warm they're feeling, tingling hands, tingling feet. They feel great. So I'm getting all of this feedback right now. It's terrific.
Yeah, it'll loosen you up. Arthritis will ease off. Swelling eases off. And remember, it's not me healing anything. I'm just causing your bodies to start functioning the way they should. I'm I'm sending the signals that your brain should be signaling your body, and it's like I'm putting them in there, and when it feeds backwards into your brain, those systems that are supposed to be doing that kind of come online. You know?
Well, that's what we need, because as you mentioned so many times, this has not been allowed. We haven't been allowed to experiment with this energy, to make friends with this energy, and then, as you did, learn how to use it the way you have. So you're giving all of us a grand opportunity tonight to have this terrific experience. And everybody's writing in to me right now, telling me how great this is.
It is fabulous, absolutely fabulous.
And who would have thought me as a 7-year-old kid and able to make half the congregation in our church to fart during silent prayer every Sunday would come into this.
Oh my God, I wish I had seen that one.
Oh.
But don't do it to us.
No, I won't. You know?
If he did, he wouldn't tell us.
Yeah, really.
But it was so fun as a little kid. I mean, for 7 years, and my two buddies, they'd sit on each side of me. We'd pick out people down in the congregation. Then when I moved people sideways, at those two different times, I was able to dunk the preacher in the baptismal pool. Those were the neatest. Get him going sideways and then warping real quick, and he just pluck. He was hanging on the microphone one time. He come out just to shake.
Had the preacher dunk himself in the baptismal water?
Yeah.
What did you do?
Yeah, I get him. He's standing up there on the podium, and he walks around the stage just letting him be standing there, and I start moving the energy where he'd pull sideways, and I just draw him toward the baptismal pool, and he wouldn't pay attention.
Oh my God. That is so entertaining. Now, one other thing.
Doing
I
that
remember,
as a kid,
that must have been a blast.
Go
but I think you took on some bullies once, didn't you?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, after you get beat up 2 or 3 times, and you got abilities like me, you have natural defense systems, and they come online. And after I got scared enough a few times, they come online. And
what happened with the bullies? Tell us the story.
It caused an electrical field around them to make their bladders release when they got close to me.
That would take care of it.
I love it. Yeah, but they didn't bother you after that. They peed themselves. Oh, my God.
That's funny.
Oh, my God, Ed. That's amazing. And, again, I'm going to announce your website, which is Edd, the 2 Ds, EDD Edwards.com, where you can go to his website. You can sign up for classes. You can also schedule your own private session. Ed accepts donations for his time and working with you either over the phone or Skype. Now, what if somebody wants to come see you in person, Ed? What do they do?
Well, they just have to, they watch my calendar and see where I'm at, because I'm always anywhere between New York City, University of Virginia, Rhine Research Center at Raleigh-Durham, or Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. They just kind of see where I'm at and find out, where I can meet up with them at.
You're still driving yourself from place to place, Ed?
I'm not allowed to fly. It's mandatory. It's mandatory now. The scientists at UVA wrote it up there that I mess up instrumentation so much that it could cause, catastrophic effect on any planes or anything.
Oh my goodness!
I stay on the ground.
I know you're always driving, and that's why I just thought.
That's why I drive. Exactly.
Oh my gosh! I never thought of that, but so the scientists are telling you not to fly.
Yes.
Isn't that something?
Oh my goodness! Yeah, that is something. That is some. Well, I can see why they'd be concerned.
It affects everything electronically.
Yes.
No, I guess I don't want to be on the plane you're on. That's for sure.
Wow. Now, what about your own electronics? Do you have to be careful with your own computers and cell phones and things like that?
I had to be careful with the old Windows 95 stuff. I had a lot of problems with it that just didn't make sense then, back in the 90s. But now, knowing what we know today, we know exactly what was going on. The newer stuff with the new type of insulation and grounding in it, I don't have as bad of effect on. But that old stuff, it messed with it.
Yeah. Oh, my. Well, that's good. You don't have to worry about it anymore then.
No.
What about cars today, Ed? Because so many of the cars are computer generated.
Yeah.
Are they affecting you when you're driving?
I don't know. I'm going to have to do some filming because cars that travel around me act real weird when they get within about 50 feet of me. So we're trying to set up cameras to start filming some of this stuff. And I don't mean just one out of a trip. I'll have, I'll drive 500 miles in a day. I'll have 50 or 100 cars during that thing act really weird around me.
What do you mean really weird? What do they do?
Well, the electronic cars
do.
I'm always on a 4-lane or so it's always 2 or 3 lanes wide. And I always, I put it on cruise control, right exactly at the speed limit, and I always get plenty of time to get wherever I go. So I'm not in no big rush. I try to stay with the flow of traffic without exceeding and stuff. But I'll see people coming up fairly fast and the lane or two over, and they'll get up to within about 10 or 20 feet, they'll be like 10 or 15 miles per hour faster than I am. They'll get up, and then all of a sudden they get beside me, and they're the same speed I'm going. And they'll stay right there for 2 or 3 miles until I slow down enough to let them get past about 50 feet past me. And once they get past about 50 foot away, then it's like they take on off and go on.
Isn't that something? Yeah, I had wondered how that would be affected.
Yeah. So it's almost like you have such a coherence that it attracts the energy even of the computers in the cars next to you.
Well,
with that
the
coherence.
electric fields I'm producing is messing with them somehow. Or the people. Now, I can get behind people that's going a little too slow, and I can just focus on an idea of making them mash their foot on the gas pedal, and they'll speed up.
And I imagine
they probably don't know what the hell's happening.
That's right.
And if the wrong people get up behind me too close on my bumper, I just kind of create that got to go to the bathroom sensation real bad. It worked on the bullies, and it works on the other kind.
Oh, that's so great.
They can't get off the road fast enough.
Yeah, they got to pull off there to the next exit and go to that bathroom. Oh, that's so funny. That is terrific.
I can't stand people to ride my bumper. When they get up on my bumper, I start turning on juices they ain't ever experienced before, and they get introduced to a very crazy, unseen force.
Yeah. And we're lucky, Ed, that you're such a good-hearted guy.
Sure. I'm just here to wake them up.
Yeah, because I'm sure many other things you could be doing, but you are choosing some ways that aren't really hurtful, which is really nice and kind.
Well, I've got to get this in the hands of the kids. I've got to get the kids started.
Oh yeah, you got to get them early.
Fabulous.
Absolutely. Have you found any kids that are like you?
Oh, they're all like me. They're all
like you.
Going in them. The younger ones, they're all still got it kind of going in them and stuff. It's just to give them a little guidance, show them and increase it just a little bit, and show them a couple little simple things to do, and boom, they're going with it.
I'll be darned.
See, that makes sense. You got to get them before the societal chains are affixed to them. Yeah, they got to get them before that happens. Thank God that didn't happen to you. Do you think it's because of your parents?
Because Grandma reinforced it. Grandma reinforced it. She was known as a hands-on healer. People used to come to her to get the fire taken out, stop bleeding, take the thrush out of babies, and she could talk fire out.
God, that's amazing. So you are one incredible man. Jeez. Well, again, everybody, make sure you go to Ed's website. It is EddEdwards.com, and that's Ed with 2 D's. You can schedule for classes. You can schedule for private healings. Tell all your friends about Ed. He's amazing, and we're very lucky to call him our friend. And Ed, we're so grateful for you. Yeah, to come on the show tonight. We're so thankful that you did. We're going to stay in close touch with you. And again, many, many thanks. Let us know when that new trailer is out for your movie. We'll post it. We'll let everybody know that they can watch it. Yeah, for sure. So Edd Edwards again, everybody. Thank you so much. And next week, we've got No More Slavik. He is talking about otherworldly encounters, evidence of UFO sightings and abductions. We're back to UFOs next week. So until then, everybody, we'll see you on the Blue Highway. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thanks for listening. Tune in next week for another radio adventure with Supernatural Girls.